the place for comic book and anime reviews.
Hey there you guys, I'm the Bird Came Troy Review Channel for all your comic book and anime reviews. And today I'm doing my review of Deathstroke Volume 1, the trade edition for this, also known as the Professional. So with this trade of Deathstroke, I don't have it in my hand right now because I actually went to Barnes & Nobles and I pretty much read the whole thing while I was there. And the whole reason I really wanted to read this one was because, of course, the Lazarus contract had just finished up. And I really was quite enjoying the Deathstroke tie-in for the Lazarus contract. I thought it was a really good issue, if y'all don't remember. So I was really interested in going back to Deathstroke again. But also a little bit apprehensive because, if y'all don't remember also, I wasn't a big fan of how Deathstroke started out. And it was the storyline was very all over the place for me. It didn't feel like it was going anywhere that I'd be personally interested in. I mean, it seemed very dull. And so I was a little bit worried about if I would end up enjoying this volume of Deathstroke. And while I still say this, that the first half of this book is a little choppy. The way I tell her story in the first half, it plays like segments, kind of. It's kind of like the Wonder Woman book was. It plays out like in segments. You have to read it in segments instead of like all as one. And that's kind of difficult to kind of get into when you're trying to really to flow out a storyline. And because a lot of people, that would turn people off. What has turned a lot of people off Wonder Woman, actually, is the fact that that book is in segments. But yeah, one thing that Wonder Woman has going for it, the fact that it kind of tells you a lot of times in the single issue that it's going to be in segments. And you'll get each part going by. And this book is kind of the same way as that, except it doesn't really tell you that. But as you keep reading and you read it going, you start to see like this larger story being pulled out of here. I thought that larger story was kind of interesting and kind of clever in a lot of different ways. I really enjoyed a lot of characters that came in this book as well. Like mainly the way it dealt with Deathstroke's family life with his son Grant and his daughter Ravager. I thought those characters were really interesting and really fleshed out in this book, and were made to become interesting characters. We were made to care about those characters in ways that we probably never would have before. So I thought that was really interesting about the book. I really thought this book was a lot darker than I even expected as well, because there's a lot of blood in this book, and there's a lot of sex in this book as well. That's one thing I will say. There's a lot of sex and blood and violence in this book, which does fit in tone with Deathstroke and being his assassin. And like there's like going for it over the Punisher right now, what's going on in Marvel, because the Punisher right now in Marvel is the ongoing for it anyway. Is not that gory. It is not as dark as it probably could be. But then you get over here to Deathstroke and you say, yeah, we're going for it with this. We're gonna be gory. We're gonna be everything that Deathstroke should be. And that's one thing I will praise for. He really goes for it in this book. He really says, we are dead. This is Deathstroke, and this is what Deathstroke is going to be. So I really quite enjoyed that about it. Overall, I think it was a really good book. It's not the greatest book ever, but I did kind of enjoy it. I am interested in reading more of the series. So again, here I'm going on Deathstroke Volume 1. Let me know comments below if you guys read Deathstroke or not, or what you got thoughts on the Deathstroke series as a whole so far. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.